Today I'll be showing you how to make a muzzle flash. First, you have the video that you want that shows you're gonna shoot. So here, I'm gonna have it normal, and then I'm gonna pull the slide back and hold it like that with my finger. If you look on carefully, in just a second here, I'm gonna go back a tiny bit. So see the slide's back, and with my index finger on my right hand, I'm gonna hold the slide back, and my middle finger is gonna be holding the trigger, so it looks like it's normal. And then I'm gonna clip it forward, and I'll shoot it a few times. So this is in Movie Maker. So if you click the control button and you scroll, it'll move in and out. We're gonna want it kind of close so you can see what we're doing. Go ahead and go back a little bit to where you first are gonna pull it out and get it right where you want it. So I think right there. That's where I want it. So you're gonna hit here and you're gonna click the split button. Right immediately to the right is take picture. Record that as slide back or anything you're gonna remember. So you have your picture there, and then this is still your video. So right in here you can put this. You don't need it right now, but it'll show you what it does as a still frame. And so when you go onto the clip that you just made, it's going to hold it back. That's the picture you just made, which is also what we're going to be editing. So delete that out of there, and then we're going to go into GIMP. We're going to click open, and then you find the picture you just made. So we're going to find slide back, and it's going to be a JPEG image. So okay, and it should go in. Control, press scroll, you'll move in a little bit. If you go over here on the toolbox side, look for all the icons you have. There's pencil, paintbrush, ink, smudge. I think we're going to use paintbrush. And then come down to the very bottom, down here. Click the arrow, and then you're going to want to hit this little sun type thing. It's going to say sparks. This is your scale, so it shows how big or how small you want it to be. I'm just going to experiment a little bit here. And so you can see the little cursor arrow. If you click, it's kind of going to either do this. Now this is good for if it's just really quick and you don't want anyone to see it, but you can also press Control Z. This undoes whatever you just did. So I'm going to take all these out, and I'm going to go to maybe one of these circles, and I'm going to make it yellow. So click on the box and yellow. Now GIMP is a free program. It's kind of like a let's say it's kind of like Adobe Photoshop, but for free. And so it's millions of users download it. It's virus checked, safe, and I personally guarantee that it's a safe site. So what we're gonna do here, you're gonna make your yellow around it. I know this doesn't look very good at first, and now I'm showing you multiple ways, so you can choose whichever one you want. You can take your blur tool and kind of have it blurry, so it doesn't show exactly what you're doing. And this might look a little better. Or if you don't like that, you Control Z and undo everything you just did. I do personally like the sparks, so I'm going to go back to the paintbrush and select sparks. One really weird thing on here is a pepper. I don't know why you'd ever use that, but there's a pepper. So I'm going to use the sparks. And I'm going to click kind of where I want it to go. And this is good just for at a glance, kind of like what we're doing right now for very quick things. So I'm going to kind of light the area up with the little sparks. Then what we can do, you use the burn tool, and you want to make it very small because it does a lot if you use it right. So you're going to kind of click, click, click. It's going to make right at the muzzle very bright. Make it look like a real flash. If you use the airbrush, oh, wrong button, hang on. Click on something circular and big like this. And oh wait, okay, scratch that. I thought I could do something else. I guess I cannot. So we have our picture here. We're gonna save file, save as, and you're gonna rename this slide back JPEG, and you're gonna save it over the image you already have. It'll ask if you want to, and you say yes. You want the quality up to about 190 to 100. Make it good, and then hit save. It's going to save it, and then you can go ahead and close out of GIMP. Go to File, Import into Collections, you're gonna find what you just had. This might take a little bit because my computer's slow. Okay, so I think it's in my pictures. Yep, so it's gonna be in my pictures, and that's what it looks like. See there? Just really quick, look up there, see how it kind of looks better. So we're gonna go back to the start of our video, and if it ever loads, okay, go back to the start of your video and start somewhere you want it. So click split clip and delete everything before it, so that you start out with something simple like this. Okay, you might actually, okay, you want to start, yeah, maybe, okay, we're gonna start right one slide. What I'm doing down here, previous frame, just goes back barely. So what I'm gonna do is start right here, so it looks like we're just starting out. So he's gonna have there, and then he shoots. You can use the previous, and you're gonna go to the second right before he shoots and split the clip again. Put the picture you just made with the muzzle flash, take it and drag it in between. Now it's gonna be really long, so click it and drag it down so it looks shorter. Then when you hit play, it'll look like that, but that's still a little bit long. So you press the control button, and then you can scroll, go into it, press brightness increase to add another little sense of flash to it, and then scroll down and hit speed up double. This makes it go a little faster for more realism. You can also, depending on what you want, you can brighten it more or less. So did you see that? The slide goes back and it shoots, has a little muzzle flash. Just like that. Now I fire it again right here, so you can do the same thing. Edge back a little bit, split the clip, and now here's the cool thing. If you click on the one you had just before and then press the control button, it's going to give you something that looks just like that, you can see. Drag it into there, and it's going to be the same thing. So you see click, click, and then the second one doesn't have the click because the first one actually fired it. Let's see, I don't know if you can, this seems a little, when you see it, I don't exactly see all of it, so I'm going to take it and I can take off that speed up double. So it's going to look like that. That looks a little better. So what we have, yep, it's going to be right here. So I'm going to split the clip and delete everything after it. So the whole segment's just a little less than 4 seconds long. From start to finish, click, click. That's going to be good for some of you, but for some others, maybe not. Maybe you want the sound effect for the gun. What we're going to do for this, I have it preloaded on my computer, but you're going to have an iPod or something else that you have already, and you take it and you're going to record onto your computer. If you have a microphone, you can do that. You go to Tools, Narrate Timeline, and then you can hit Start Narration. And that's when when you do that, you're going to have the little iPod next to the microphone. You play the sound you want, and then you stop it. So I did that. I used Gun App, and I had the pistol shot. So I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to see if I can find where I had it. Let's see, I think I had it under Audio. See, I have a lot of, if you're wondering, gunshot. That's what I'm looking for. So I'm going to open that, and I'm going to drag it down into the audio/music. Now, it's kind of a long file, so if you get extra before you record, just click on the side and you can drag it and you can shorten it a little bit. Hear that? That's what it sounds like. Just nothing big. But if that sounds a little too short, you can drag it out a tiny bit. Maybe that has a little bit before. So I'm just going to use this gunshot for the sake of real quick. Right there. I'm going to find the scene that I have the muzzle flash in. Okay? And then I'm going to line up where I have this. So take it 0.080, and then I'm going to line it up same thing. I'm going to bring it back just a tiny bit because it doesn't quite start then. So when I hit go, Sounds just like that. You can also turn up the volume a little bit if you hit the volume button. So I'm going to just turn that up a little bit. And that's what it's going to sound like. Now when I do the next one, I'm going to inch forward. I have it right here. I'm going to drag. I'm going to put it right there. So let's see how it works. So see how this works? You have, you like that? Then also you can do the reload sounds, and you can get much more into it. This was just a quick tutorial on how to make a muzzle flash and sound effect.